Hello everybody and welcome to YoMi Tree Yoga. I'm Adele and today we're going on a seaside adventure. We're going to use our imaginations and see if we can go on a journey to the seaside. We're going to travel on a train, see all the things out the window on the journey and then be at the beach and then go out to sea and see what animals we can see. So it's very exciting. Before we start that adventure, we're going to begin, as we always do, with my bells. So if you sit in your comfortable, easy position with your hands on your knees and your eyes closed, ready to listen. We'll put our hands together, ready for our special yoga word, Namaste. Welcome everybody to our yoga today. See if we can warm up our legs and our backs and our bodies. So we're going to put our feet together, the flats of our feet together in our butterfly position, butterfly pose. So our legs are sticking out to the side like butterfly's wings. Holding onto our toes, flapping our wings up and down and ready to sing our butterfly song. Fly like a butterfly, fly like a butterfly, fly like a butterfly in the sky. Fly like a butterfly, fly like a butterfly, fly like a butterfly in the sky. See if you can get your head all the way down to your feet, folding forwards as far as you can go. You can even use your toes to pull you a little bit further down, but don't hurt yourself, just gently. Sleep like a butterfly, sleep like a butterfly, sleep like a butterfly through the night. Sleep like a butterfly, sleep like a butterfly, sleep like a butterfly through the night. Stretch out your arms so you've got floaty arms and you can move your legs. Dance like a butterfly, dance like a butterfly, dance like a butterfly up so high. Dance like a butterfly, dance like a butterfly, dance like a butterfly up so high. Well done everybody. Now, to go on our seaside adventure, we're going to imagine being on a train. We're going to see if we can get our breathing and our movement going to be like a train. And then as we go, we're going to imagine looking out of the window, seeing what things we might see on our journey. So I'm going to go on my knees to be a train and make two fists, and we're going to imagine that our fists are like the bits that join the wheel together on a train, sort of making this motion, but we're going to punch forward and then punch and sit up and punch forward and punch and sit up, so like this. Okay, this kind of movement. So we're going to breathe in and punch forward and then make a ch like a train. Breathe in, ch 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 ch, and a woo woo when we go through the tunnel. Excellent, let's try again. So what might we see as we look out of the window of our train? Well, I imagine there'll be lots of trees. So let's first of all have a practice of our yoga tree, see if we can make our tree. So we're going to stand nice and tall in our tree. So we're going to root one leg to the floor like the tree trunk and up on our tiptoes on our other leg and just turning our leg out to the side, ready for our balance. We're on our tiptoes, ready. Hands on your heart, ready. And then when you're feeling like you've got your balance, you can lift your foot and just place it on your ankle, or a little bit higher if you like. Just remember, not on your knee. If you're very wobbly, just pop your toes back down, try again. You might even put your toes on your other toes, whatever helps you to balance. You can grow your tree branches up. You can even spread your branches wide. Whatever works for you, where you'd like to place your foot. Very nice work, everybody. Try and squeeze your tummy muscles in. Try and make your body strong like a tree. And I'm sure we would see lots of trees on our journey. Okay, back on our train. A little bit further. Make your fists. So we can't go too fast because we're breathing in and out as we do it. So woo woo, through another tunnel. What we're going to see through the window when we get out of the tunnel? Well, we probably wouldn't see mountains, not if we're going to the seaside in England anyway, but we might see hills. So we can do our mountain pose, but imagine we are hills, nice landscape. So our mountain pose is our feet just a stride apart, small stride apart, not too wide, so that your hips and your feet are in a line. So just try and look down so they're going straight down, two straight, strong mountain legs. And once you've had a little wiggle and a little wriggle to get yourself balanced, mountains and hills, they don't move. So you just need to stand strong. Well done, everybody. Okay, I'm going a bit further on our journey. Fists together, ready to do some more train. Through this tunnel and out of the window, and I can see a whole town of houses and buildings. So just like we did our mountain before, make sure your feet are the right distance apart, your hands on your heart. But this time, if we're going to be a house or a building, we're going to raise our hands above our head like the roof of the house. Maybe it's a tall tower that you want to be, like a tower block in a city. But once you're there, let's not move. Let's try and keep everything perfectly still. Imagine you are a house or a building, strong, silent, steady. Well done. We'll get back on our train one more time, as we're nearly there now. Get your fists ready. Through the tunnel. What will we see out of the window at the other side? Well, I can see a waterfall and a river. So, first of all, we're going to be a river. We're going to sit in our staff pose. We call this in our yoga. But you have to try to make your back as straight upright as you can. Try not to slouch your shoulders. Try and lift your head. Sit up as tall as you can. Your legs are long and straight with your toes pointing up to the ceiling. Okay, so we're going to raise our hands above our head and wiggle our fingers like water in a river or stream, and then we're going to whoosh to our toes. See if you can get near to your toes. If you want to bend your knees slightly, you can, but we're trying to keep this length in our leg. So whoosh to your toes, wiggling your fingers like the water, whoosh back up, like water flowing whoosh, through a river whoosh, or a stream. Whoosh, whoosh. Very nice, everybody. And then I said we could imagine that we see a waterfall. So We're going to stand like we did in mountain with our feet just a little bit apart. I'm standing on the side so that you can see me do this. So we're going to start, so the water is going to flow over some rocks and behind us, and we're going to bend behind and imagine the water's flowing over the waterfall and twinkling behind us. So I'm going to start in a forward bend, so my legs are strong and straight and my arms are just down by my feet, down near the floor. You can twinkle your fingers like the water running through the pool, and then we're going to stretch up, twinkling your fingers all the time like the water's flowing. And then if you look up and stretch over and lean back, and even let your head just gently look up to the ceiling. Whoosh, water flowing over the waterfall. You can start just from your arms, sweep up and back and look up to the sky. Whoosh, water flowing in a waterfall. Okay, and if we look beyond the stream, beyond the river, it's flowing out to sea. So we're here at the seaside, ready for our adventure. So when I go to the beach, the first thing I want to do is throw off my shoes and socks and run down to the water's edge. So let's do that. So we're going to get our balance on one foot, lift one foot, take off your shoe, throw it over your shoulder, and your other shoe, and then your sock, give it a shake, throw it, and your other sock, give it a shake, throw it. Okay, and can we run as fast as we can on the spot all the way down to the sea? And we're going to do a big jump into the sea and imagine splashing. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3, jump and splash. Oh, let's do it again like we're jumping over the waves. So bend your knees, ready? 1, 2, 3, jump and splash into the water. We'll do one more. 1, 2, 3, jump and splash into the water. Okay, I can see some rock pools just to the side of the beach. Let's go and investigate those. So there are lots of rocks and then the water in between. So let's see if we can make our body into a rock. This is our child's pose, but we can call it a rock pose as well. So we go on our knees with your bottom sitting on your feet. And then if you put your hands on your feet or down on the floor next to your feet, and then can you just bend your body forward until your head can touch the mat. Now it's important, don't stick your bottom up in the air. Try and keep your bottom glued or stuck to your feet. So you're just curling forward. So you're making really the smallest shape you can. And it should be very comfortable. You can relax your arms, relax your body. A nice way to relax. Being a rock. Imagining what creatures might be lurking between the rocks in the water. Well, let's take a look. So imagine we've taken a net down to that rock pool to scoop out some water, see what we can catch in our net. So we're going to sit on our bottom. And actually this is our boat pose where we're making this shape with our body, but today we're pretending to be a net. So we sit with our knees bent in front of us, our feet flat on the floor to begin, and we're going to put our hands behind our bottom. I'm going to point my fingers towards my bottom, so I'm just putting my hands just slightly behind me. Try not to round your back, try and push with your arms, push your shoulders to be strong, lift your head, and then can you point one toe and the other? Can you lift your legs? You can keep your knees bent, try and keep your back straight, not slouchy, and then if you can, just actually before you begin, just check behind you that if you do tip back, if you lose your balance, you're not going to bang your head on anything behind you. So just have a check. Move a little bit if you need to make sure you've got space. But if you feel yourself tipping, you want to just push forward and try and tip forward instead because it's less dangerous. So hands behind your bottom, lift your feet, see if you can lift one arm. Can you lift both arms and squeeze your tummy muscles to make this net shape with your body? And in fact, I'm going to put one hand touching my leg, lifting myself up. I'm going to use my other arm straight over my head like this to be the handle of my net. Looking forward, lifting all the time. You can put one hand behind you to help balance. And there's our net. Well done, everybody. So let's take a look in the rock pool and see what we might find there. Well, there could be a crab scuttling around at the bottom. We could scoop it up with our net. So let's see if we can be a yoga crab. So same position as before, with our knees bent and our feet flat on the floor. Your hands behind your bottom again, with your fingers pointing forwards. But this time we're going to lift our tummy and our bottom instead. So you push up your tummy, lift your bottom until you're trying to make it's flat across here. Try and keep strong on both arms like this. And then, well, a crab doesn't move forwards or backwards, it goes sideways. So you could just have a little go. Gently, can you move to one side? You have to coordinate your hands and your feet to work together. Can you move the other way? Side to side like a crab. And then can you stay still and strong in your crab shape? Well done, everybody. So what else is in our rock pool? Well, there are some small fish. And if we're quick with our net, we might catch them. So we're going to see if we can be a fish right now. Okay, so there's an easy way of being a fish and then a more tricky way. Let's try the easy way first. So we can sit with our legs long and straight and our toes pointing up, and we can lay back on our mat or on the floor. And if you're just looking up to the ceiling, you can put your hands together and make yourself a fish fin. You could stick your heels together and tip your feet out to the side to be like a fish's tail, and you could just gently wave your arms side to side like a fish fin swimming through the rock pool. Or we can try something a bit trickier, and we won't do any moving this time. We're going to keep our bodies strong once we're in position. So this time, same position as before, but can you see I've propped myself up on my elbows? So my elbows are bent, my hands are near my bottom, just tucked in, and you can stay like this. You can gently, carefully lean your head back, so you're actually looking behind you, and you can keep going. You're sort of pushing your bottom back a little bit until your head can reach the floor. Now, if you can do that and it doesn't hurt and it's comfortable, you can see that there's a gap under my back, and then we can raise our arms and just stay in this position for maybe just a short count, 1, 2, 3, and then to get back out, we put our arms back down, our elbows back down, and gently lift our head. Give your neck a shake side to side. Well done if you managed the tricky one, and if you didn't and you could just do the first one, that's brilliant too, and you can practice. What you must be careful of is never hurt yourself. So if something feels uncomfortable and you don't like it, don't do it, and you can practice and practice little bits until it feels comfortable for you. Okay, so well done. Now there is also a starfish on the bottom of the rock pool. And I love a starfish, so much fun. Now we could do our starfish again in 2 ways. We could stand up and just make our legs as wide as possible, and our hands, going through, our hands as wide as possible, and spread our bodies and spread our fingers. Imagine we're stuck by our back to the rock, like this. Nice. But that's a lovely body stretch. So for this one, I'm going to spread my legs wide while I'm sitting up. Then I'm going to lay down, and I'm actually going to now move one foot down, pointing straight ahead, and one leg out to the side if I can, and both arms out, spread out to the side. Now, with the leg pointing straight down, the one out to the side, I'm going to just start to lift and see if I can roll it over the other side of my body, so it's going right over my body to the other side. My bottom's got to lift off the ground a little bit, but my arms can stay flat, my shoulders stay down on the floor, and I'm twisting my body round. Now with my head, I can look across my opposite arm, so I'm looking the opposite way that my foot is pointing in this twist starfish. Very nice, everybody. Now, because we always try to do things to both sides of our body, to stretch both sides, let's try it the other way. So this time, the foot that was twisting round is now going to go straight down, point straight down. This leg's going out to the side. I'm going to sweep this leg up to the ceiling and all the way over in like a semicircle. My bottom's had to lift because my body's twisting, but my shoulders, my arms can stay flat on the floor, stretched out to the side, and I can look, turn my head to look along the opposite arm in my starfish twist. Very nice, everybody. If I look out to the rocks beyond the rock pool, I can see a seal laying on the rock. And if I look out into the sea, I can see a seal swimming in the sea as well, just its head bobbing up and down. So let's see if we can be a yoga seal. So I'm going to lay down on my mat, on my tummy, and I'm going to see if I can point my toes long and straight behind and even put my feet together. Okay, and then what we can do is we can put our hands underneath our shoulders here, and we can push gently. So we're bending our back. You don't have to straighten your arms, but you go as straight as you can until it's not comfortable for you anymore. Some people can straighten all the way. It's best to look in front of you as you do this. Very nice, everybody. If it's really uncomfortable, you could put your elbows down and just lift your head and you push your shoulders down. Do it like that. Or we can put our hands under our shoulders and lift. Nice. Now a seal can make a kind of barking noise, like ah, ah, that kind of noise. And seals also, if we were to stretch our arms out in front of us, they have like flippers at the front that are very strong. They can use them to move around. So we're going to clap our flippers together. So we're going to see, can we open our arms and can we clap them together? And then we're going to see if we can push our bodies up and see if we can just lift, ah, and then push up again. And then let go and clap, ah, like a seal, and one more, ah. Very nice, everybody. Now, because we've just bent our back one way, it would be really good if we could just curl our knees and turn ourselves back into a rock. It can be a rock with your hands on your feet like we did before, or you could stretch your fingers forward to make a rock of a different shape. And we're just bending our back the other way just to stretch it all out. Well done, everybody. And now, look closely in the bottom of the rock pool. I can see a shell, a seashell. Let's imagine there's a big seashell in the bottom of this rock pool. Well, if you lift a big seashell, what do you do but put it to your ear to see if you can hear the sea? Well, let's really use our imaginations and imagine, if you sit with your knees bent in front of you, imagine that your foot is a seashell and you're going to lift your foot and see if you can get your foot, your seashell, to your ear to hear the sea. See how close you can get. And then give your leg a shake. Pick up another seashell, so your other foot. See if you can get your foot close to your ear at that side. Listening for the sea in your foot seashell. Nice, just give your foot a shake. Well done, everybody. Now, because I'm at the beach, before I go, I'm going to see if I can surf. Let's see if we can surf on a surfboard out at sea. So we're going to stand up
and we're going to imagine that we've got a big long surfboard and we're going to tuck it under our arm, okay? And then we're going to run down to the sea. So let's run. And into the sea, splash, 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 splash. And when we're deep enough, we're going to take our surfboard and throw it out in front of us, and then we're going to jump onto it. So you've put it down into the sea and you're going to lift your legs and jump onto your surfboard. Now I'm going to imagine that actually my mat is like my surfboard, okay? And I'm going to have my feet wide. So I'm going to, if you have your feet pointing forwards towards me to begin with, but then if you turn your toes to point along your surfboard or along your mat or your towel, and I'm going to just turn my back foot. So we've got my toes pointing in one direction, okay? And now I'm going to lift my arms to point, same, and then I'm going to see, I've got this wall in front of me. If I bend my front leg, straighten my arms out, and then I wonder, we're on our surfboard, you might be able to lean back a little bit, lean forwards a little bit to get your balance in the sea. So you can stretch down, bend down, make a lunge. You can straighten your legs, move your arms and get your balance. Imagine you're riding the wave, surfing out at sea. Okay, I'm going to jump my feet forward, and then I'm going to jump my feet to point the other way, because we need to do this both ways, stretching all the legs, the arms, the body. If I just move this way a bit, I might have room. Okay, so same as before, our legs are strong and straight to begin with. You can bend your front knee, sweep your arms up, pointing forwards and back. You can look along your front arm, bend your knee, and then if you wish, you can have a wiggle, a wobble like you're surfing. I'm going to actually move this foot further back so that I've got more of a stretch going on in my body. Looking along my front arm, imagining riding the waves. Well done, everybody. So we're now going to see, can we swim back to the shore? So if you stand up strong, we're going to windmill our arms over our heads like we're doing a front crawl, twisting. Whoosh, 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 all the way back to the seashore. And it's time to go home and end our journey to the seaside today. Let's come down onto our mats, ready for some relaxation. So if you want to grab a teddy for relaxation or a blanket or something to snuggle, you can, and you can hold it to your tummy or hold it to your chest as you lay down on your mat. I'm not going to use a teddy today, so I'm just going to lay back onto my mat with my hands, the backs of my hands just resting on the floor. My feet are just going to flop out to the side, just sinking into the mat. You could imagine that you're lying on the beach, on the soft sand. You can hear the seagulls, the sea crashing on the shore. And we're just sinking into the soft sand. It's so comfortable. The warm sun is shining on our face. You can feel its warmth. The bright sun lighting up your face. You can feel the warmth of the sun on your shoulders. Feel the warmth of the sun on your arms and your hands. Feel the sun's warmth on your tummy and your legs and your knees. You can feel the warm sun on your ankles and your feet and your toes. Breathe a deep breath in through your nose. Imagine what you might smell. Salty sea, fish and chips, seaweed, freshly baked ice cream cones ready for delicious vanilla ice cream or your favourite flavour. Imagine a time when you've been to the beach. Perhaps it was a cold day and you had to run around to keep warm. Maybe it was raining. Maybe you built a sand castle. Maybe you jumped waves in the sea. You ate fish and chips, watching the sea at sunset. Maybe you played family games on the sand. It's time to open your eyes, but we're going to warm our bodies back up again together. So can we stretch our fingers up to the sky, and can you gently turn your wrists around, your hands around in circles, round and round above your body. Can you go the other way and circle your hands the other way? Can you raise your feet and circle your feet round and round one way and round the other way? Can we do our hands and our feet, circles round each way? Can we give everything a shake? In fact, just shake your whole body. Wiggle, 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 just gentle shakes. That's it. We should be nice and warm and ready to sing our song at the end of our session today. So ready for our long time sunshine song, sitting in an easy position with your shoulders relaxed, ready to sing. Okay. May the long time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. May the long time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. May the long time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on, guide your way on, guide your way on. Put your hands together, ready for the end of our session. Say our special yoga word, Namaste. Thank you everybody for joining me today, and I hope to see you again soon. Goodbye.